Hello, everyone. Welcome back here. I'm actually coming to you from Toronto here. So we are here for the first Vitruveo Art Buying Blitz. And with me is Mike Purdy and Pam Wall. How are you guys?
Good
Very good.
morning.
Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Mike.
It is
Good
morning
morning,
for you, Mike.
Pam. Yeah, it's morning over here anyway.
Yeah. So I'm excited about this. I've only done this once before on another chain on Ethereum, and this is the first time on Vitruveo. I thought we need to start doing this regularly, and this is our first time. I think we'll make this a regular thing. And what I would love to do is have artists join us also in future streams a little bit. So just to give an idea of what we are going to do here today. Uh, Mike and Pam have been kind enough to take some of the time and go through some of the artworks that are currently consigned on Vitruveo and use our cool publish stack feature to curate them. So Pam has done a video curation and Mike has done an image grid curation. And I'm going to use their recommendations to collect some artworks, and then I'll also collect some ones that just strike my fancy. So what we're going to do is go through and just I think make some artists very happy. I think so. We'll do that. Uh, Real quick before we get started. I wanted to ask each of you. This is a new feature that we've added, Publish Stack. The intent is that it is sort of the beginning, the genesis, if you will, of our push for marketing channels. Because our pledge to artists is you don't do any marketing. We're going to have other people do the marketing. So I know that it's an early beta. So I know, Mike, you encountered some problems, etc. Would love to hear about your experience a little bit, and maybe what I can do is also share my screen and show what's going on while we are talking about this. So, Mike, if you want to start off, and then Pam, if you want to talk a little bit about your experience. So I'm going to share my screen here, and as you talk, Mike, I can kind of show people what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it was actually a really fun thing to do. I always love looking at art and checking out different artists, and the curate stack feature is actually really kind of fun. It's almost like your shopping cart or like a shopping experience where you get to go around and choose different things and add them to your cart, and then you can choose whether or not you want to download them, whether or not you want to share them on social, or if you want to just copy the link and send it and share it to people. So it was actually a really fun experience, and I got a chance to really dive into some of the artists. And as an artist myself, through photography, it's really kind of neat to experience different points of view and different uses of color and balance and leading lines and composition and contrast and all of these different things that make up an artist's, just kind of their toolbox, so to speak. So it was a fun experience. I really enjoyed it.
That's great. How about you, Pam?
Yeah. Well, almost following on with what Mike said, I'm a photographer myself, and I have a lifelong love of art. I spend a lot of time, going to art museums, and I love talking about art. And people who know me know I love talking with artists about their art. So what I was trying to do, knowing that Nick was going to go on a buying blitz, I wanted to make sure that I chose art that I thought would appeal to him, but also like really appealed to me. Like I picked pieces I really loved. And as a documentary photographer, I always think, well, if I think it looks interesting, probably someone else is going to too. So I chose the pieces that I curated based on the fact I really love them, but I thought they would also really appeal to Nick. So my experience with using the tool, though, was I had a lot of fun playing around with the filters. One of the filters I was starting with under licenses, you're able to dial in kind of the price range of the type of art that you want to buy. And having talked with Nick, I saw myself as a curator. My client he expressed what his budget might be. And so I thought, okay, I'll put in some budget parameters. And then the tool showed me all these artworks that fell within that price range. And then I also knew that I would like to present a mix of, digital art, physical art, photography, AI art, and then works that were created with partial AI. So I worked on this really hard and I had a lot of fun, but I got like deep into it and I'm like, what else can I do? And so I didn't go as far as like going into the like, let me select only this color, but people who are trying to curate, like an interior designer or decorator or someone who is like, I know this color palette appeals to my client, they would be able to use that curation tool and dial in exactly the colors to some varying precision and curate a stack of art for their client or even their own taste to share. So I had a good time with all of that. And yeah, I hope you appreciate what I found.
I do appreciate already the effort you put in. So thank you for that. And a quick follow up. So first of all, I just wanted to point out that we now have dark mode, and I love it because everything I do is in dark mode, and I've been wanting this feature for a while now. So it's kind of cool to see search in dark mode. Uh, I want to speak a little bit about the quality of artworks that you're seeing here. I'm not qualified to comment on them, but as creators, both of you are qualified to do that. I'd love to hear your top level thoughts on kind of what do you think about the selection of artworks from the creators that are the early birds, if you will, that are joining the platform right now. So, Pam, you want to go first, and then Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, I was actually part of the Genesis Artist Collection, and being, and that's such an honor to be so early into this amazing curation. So I felt very honored to be part of that. One thing that I did notice is that when you go to an artwork and you can click on view the artwork, it enlarges on your screen, and you have a magnifying glass that you can like use that tool, magnifying glass, to look all over the art, and you can see the detail. You can see the high resolution. You can see, details that you might not be able to see just on a screen. So yeah, that's a great demonstration of it. So I'm someone who uses photography tools and all the digital tools that go with it. I have a very old version of Photoshop though, so I'm not the AI Photoshop person, but I really appreciated that tool to be able to like look closely at the artwork. And I think when buyers are looking for the pieces that they want to buy, that's a really cool tool to look at something very closely and see the level of resolution and everything that has been uploaded by the creator. The use of AI, I think, is really amazing. The way some artists use it, where they combine their own imagination with AI tools. Maybe they do some other work afterwards. Maybe they're like enhancing the AI through recombining and maybe using another tool to kind of make those pieces really be artful. I think that my eye goes to those types of pieces versus the ones that tend to be, an AI that it seems like such a simple prompt that it's not really involving the human creator as much as it could. So kind of dancing around that whole idea that maybe we can have some more education about what AI art is. We can take some looks at some examples of very amazing AI artworks and help everyone from the creators to the collectors really learn to refine their taste, learn to refine what it is that they like to see, and learn what goes into creating these pieces. So some of them can happen very fast, and some of them take hours and days, and it's really impressive, and it's really cool to see the difference too, I think. That's just my take.
For sure. Yeah, thanks for that. I too have been very impressed with the breadth of the kinds of artworks that people can create. So, Mike, over to you.
So it's really interesting to go into search and see the different, I guess, viewpoints and artists to see how they're art is represented. I come from, when I got into shooting photography about 13, 14 years ago, um, when I got in, I studied all the greats. So I'm primarily a wedding photographer for luxury weddings, and I do a lot of celebrities and higher end kind of luxury events. And I really didn't, when I was coming in as an artist, I really needed to kind of understand who I was, and I really hadn't defined that yet. So I studied, all the top wedding photographers in the world to really see if I could seek some inspiration. And when I had a chance to find some work that I just, for some reason, emotionally gravitated to, it's like, wow, I love that style. There's an expression that you imitate, then you innovate. And I was really inspired by certain artists around the world. And then what I did was deconstructed their work using just art principles, things like composition and contrast and symmetry and emotion and the editing styles and that sort of thing. So it's kind of cool that now when you go into search and you can look at an artist and you can really see like, wow, this person really has a unique point of view. Their work is very emotional. It's very strong. Their use of color is incredible. Their use of leading lines and composition, balance, symmetry, all of these like different things. When you study art, you learn how to evaluate art, not just from a subjective point of view. And it's like, oh, I really like this art. I really chose in my grid artists that I felt like really actually understand art. They understand basic principles of art, using color, using balance, using symmetry, all of these different things, using negative space. And so I kind of looked at it that way. And whenever I see an artist in search, one that will automatically draw my attention, I'll look at their total body of work and go, wow, this is an artist. Like this is somebody that really has a unique point of view, and that's typically what I'm drawn to. Yeah,
That's fantastic. I do want to take a moment here to note that. Well, first of all, Vitruveo is a community project. It's not a company. We are just a bunch of people who care about art who are building this, and we are increasing our volunteer participation. More and more people from the community are joining us and volunteering their time. I appreciate that. I do want to point out that because we don't have a massive like dev team or whatever, we have a small team in Brazil, and they regularly update the site with new features. Like we kind of go and post in Discord, hey, what about this? And boom, 2 days later, it's there. And I just want to take a moment to just appreciate them a little bit. I'm grateful for the work they do and the high quality that we see here. And one of the things that's key is we are very responsive to what creators ask us for, because we are a creators blockchain. And so as creators ask us for features, we pass them on to the dev team, and they're quite responsive and get it done. So just a quick shout out to the Brazil team to say thank you for all the work you put in and all the crazy requests that I make in particular at odd hours. But just before a live stream, hey, get this, please, can we have this feature? And they rise to the occasion. So thank you for that. All right. So what we are going to do is, before we get into the buying thing, I wanted to take a brief moment to talk a little bit about long-term income for creators, because that's kind of what our focus is. So I'm going to switch here, and believe me, it's not going to be very long. I just want to talk real quick. The focus is our buying blitz for sure, but we have an audience of artists here, and it's a lost opportunity if I don't talk a little bit about our primary mission. So let's go into that and talk about creator income for a moment. So the way we think about creator income is as a blockchain, as a blockchain project. Our focus, our mission is sustainable income for creators, and our basic fundamental tenets are that creators should not have to chase individual sales. We just don't think that's a good use of your time, and it's also not something that we think that is a task that most artists enjoy. They absolutely hate it, and so we should not. We want to take you away from having to do that. And the other tenet is that creators should not have to do any marketing. So we want to create a model where you have long-term sustainable income, but without having to chase individual sales and without having to do any marketing. What this means is a fundamental shift in thinking. We are helping artists through gradually. It's going to take some time to stop thinking about individual sales, because that is not the way to create sustainable income. What we want to do, what our definition is of this, is we want to help creators make money from all their body of work, from all their consigned works, for repeat income. So it shouldn't be a one-time thing, a one and done. NFTs are a one and done, and we don't subscribe to that theory. We want artists to continue to make income from their artwork. Every artwork they've created in their lifetime should continually make money, and it should do that while they're alive, not 200 years after they're gone. So what our licensing model, the architecture we've built, is very much designed to support this. So we have different licenses, and right now we are focused on NFT because that's what everyone understands. So it's a natural way for us to get started. But you already see in studio, when you consign artwork, that there's a stream license, there's print license. We'll add consumer product licenses, etc. So we intend to add a variety of different licenses to appeal to a variety of different buyers, and not just the kind of I think it's a made up persona of a Web3 collector, because it's really mostly as a majority is people who would buy artworks to flip them. A true art collectors are a very small group, and what we want to do is not have artists just bank on that small group. We want to make the whole world and every potential art appreciator a consumer of your artwork. And so the different licenses help us get there. And the other mental shift we want to help creators make is think about long-term opportunities. And so these opportunities are things like staking rewards, revenue share, etc. Now, crypto investors in general already know these, and they have a term for it: DeFi, decentralized finance. And what we need to do is help creators sort of cross the chasm a little bit and bridge into this world where, because you're in Web3 and you have access to what is essentially programmable money, you have the ability to use those tools and use those opportunities to create long-term revenue. So when it comes to long-term income, you basically have multiple opportunities on Vitruveo, and we intend to keep creating more, because we feel that just selling artwork or licensing artwork is not the only way. And in fact, it's going to be challenging for you to have a sustainable income. But if you participate in long-term income strategies that in DeFi, you increase your chances of getting to sustainable income. So the first type of long-term income is staking. So staking, basically, in simple terms, means you deposit some Vitru into a smart contract, and we usually call it a staking contract for a fixed period of time. It could be 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, etc. And at the end of the period, you get your original Vitru back plus interest. So you get more Vitru. So basically, while your Vitru is sitting in that contract, it's making more Vitru for you, more income for you. So that's staking, and it's a simple way, and it's really the most common way in DeFi to make more money. So that's one way. But another way, and this is something we are really proud of because we're the first blockchain to actually even offer this, is revenue share. So we've created a token called Vibe, and we basically made it available to everybody. And we had 350,000 of them available. They're all gone now. So they sold out pretty fast. And to sell out is actually is a misnomer. People staked their Vitru for them, and they'll get their Vitru back in 1 to 5 years, depending on the period they staked for. But what Vibe does is essentially every time the blockchain makes money, you make money. Now we realized that everybody could not participate in that 350,000. And so what we've done is we've created a Vibe creator equity pool. This is specifically for creators. It's a pool of Vibe that's 40,000 Vibe, and it makes money whenever the blockchain makes money. And if you are part of that pool, you make money. So how does that work? Well, the cool thing is right now, if you're thinking in terms of, whether it's Ethereum or Solana or whatever, you make money only when you sell your artwork. But by participating in the Vibe creator equity pool, you make money when any artist licenses their artwork. So that's, I think, very cool because it encourages the ecosystem to flourish and to support each other. Maybe we have a gaming feature, and in fact, we are going to have a very big gaming segment called Vortex World on the blockchain. When someone subscribes to it or buys a game asset or something, you make money. We are going to have premium features in Studio, in Search, etc. That will give you a better experience. If you want it, it'll be optional. Well, when someone does that, you make money. So we're going to have lots of opportunities where people are buying things or subscribing to things on the blockchain. And every time someone does that, if you are a part of that Vibe creator equity pool, you make money. So right now, even today, as I buy your artworks, etc., you're going to make Vitru. You're going to have Vitru sitting in your vault. You can claim that in your wallet. And we have a DEX where you can go and trade that. But we are early. We are very early stage. And it's, as I have noted many times in public, and I'll note again here, we don't have enough liquidity yet. It's going to be another 3 to 6 months before Vitru is truly liquid as we hit the centralized exchanges and things like that. So what do you do in that time? Well, I strongly recommend that you think about long-term income and you invest that Vitru into the Vibe creator equity pool. I would have, a week ago, I would have told you to just stake it for Vibe, but that opportunity is gone now because it was basically 350,000 Vibe and they're all gone. But now the new opportunity is the Vibe creator equity pool. And let's see how that works. So basically, we have 40,000 Vibe and in this pool. And when you have any Vitru, you deposit it into this equity pool. You don't stake it, so you don't get it back. You basically deposit it, and then you get a share of all the future revenue that is earned by this pool. So 40,000 Vibe is a very large number. And if you think about it, when the blockchain makes a sale of one Vitru, the fee that is collected on is 2%. So as that fee grows, it goes into this equity pool, and you are able to claim that money anytime, the income that comes in. So this, I think, would be a good use of your Vitru right now versus trying to go swap it on the DEX. We do have a DEX, and you're welcome to do that. But the thing is, you're not going to get long-term rewards. You're not going to get long-term income if you do that. So I highly recommend that you go for the equity pool. Mike and I have spent a lot of time working on the architecture of this, etc. And I'd like to give Mike an opportunity to talk a little bit about long-term income, because I know you've got some good thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty passionate about this part. I guess I kind of want to start off by just kind of educating people. There are some of you are very experienced with crypto, and others are kind of new to the space. If we look at the industry as a whole right now, with traditional art selling and art buying, if we go the marketplace route, most marketplaces, it's just a marketplace. You list your artwork, you get, you sell it, you convert that to USDC or Tether or some US currency, and then, and then swap it out to your bank account. What we're doing is very unique because Vitruveo is not really a marketplace. We're actually a tier 1 blockchain. A tier 1 blockchain is very, very different than a marketplace or a token. A blockchain is more of a utility. It has inherent utility on it because so many tokens, so many projects build on blockchains. And the art vertical that we have is just one of our verticals. We're going to be having hundreds of different projects and different verticals on the blockchain. what this means is that most tier one blockchains that started out, if you go to, let's say, CoinMarketCap and you go to the top 100 cryptos, most of those are going to be blockchains. The reason for this being is so much utility is already created in them. And most of them have very humble beginnings. Most of them start off with maybe 13 cents, you know, in terms of a starting price, to $2, somewhere in there has been pretty normal. And then over a 5-year period, as the blockchain grows, as there's more development on the chain, this price, you know, goes up and up and up and up and up. And what we see is blockchains with, you can go there right now and take a look at all the blockchains, $25, $75, $350, you know, $3,000 for one coin. And Vitruveo has a very low starting circulating supply in comparison to most of the blockchains that are out there. Ethereum actually has a very similar circulating supply to us. So if that gives you any thought of what our aspirations are, we because it has a low circulating supply, the price impact is pretty significant as the blockchain grows. Right now, Vitruveo has a sell price of 60 cents, which is nothing. This is really what most blockchains start off at. And what you have to realize is that, let's say that you sell a piece of artwork for $250, that will generate about 400 Vitru, somewhere around there. And so what do you do with that 400 Vitru? Do you go for the sell, or do you liquidate it? Well, it'll be hard right now because we don't have, as Nick said, a lot of liquidity in the project. So it might take a lot of time to liquidate that, and the price may fluctuate depending upon whether, you know, where you, at what time you were able to liquidate. So there's price impact risk that you have there. Another alternative that we're really trying to encourage people is become long-term holders of Vitruveo to take advantage of that price appreciation over time. We also have a unique feature in our blockchain, which to my knowledge, no other blockchain has, which is performance-based rebasing. And just think of performance rebasing as compound interest. As the transaction volume of the blockchain grows, the blockchain rewards the holders with kind of like a compound interest. And it's designed to maybe I don't know, Nick, the exact amount, but I think it's like 4.16 or 4.2 X over that course of rebase. So think of it this way. If you have 416 Vitru with rebasing times 4.2 or 4.16, somewhere around there, that initial sale that you had of, at the current price, 416 Vitru, will compound interest into 1,708 Vitru, if just by holding it. You're not doing anything, you're just holding it. That price, as that price increase, if the price is, let's say, $10 or $350, which most blockchains trade within that range, that initial $250 sale translates into $17,000 at a $10 price, or $597,000 at a $350 price for Vitru. And the thing that we're really trying to drive home is collector credits in BUSD right now is really our way of kickstarting the blockchain. These are just free purchases. So it enables you to accumulate a massive amount of Vitru within a very short period of time while it's active. Collector credits are not going to be active long. I really want to encourage the entire creator community to accumulate as much Vitru as you possibly can, because around the corner we have price increases and we have rebasing. Yes, there are additional things that you can do where you can take that Vitru and stake it for Vibe and turn that Vitru into regular based income, based on getting a revenue share of the blockchain. And you still have your Vitru. This is unheard of, you guys, is a blockchain that really allows holders to participate in the revenue sharing of the blockchain. So that's kind of my perception right now. I really want to encourage the creators to capitalize on this very short window of collector credits in VUSD, not just to try to sell every single transaction, because that's a very marketplace mentality. We're really trying to educate creators to turn into long-term investors at the birth of a really, really innovative blockchain. And we're really excited to see over the next 2 to 5 years the growth that Vitruveo, and in terms of the revenue, what we can really offer the creator community. So that's my kind of long-term view of Vitruveo, and kind of how different strategies that creators can take advantage of in our early stages. I think it's really, really critical to slow down and understand the mechanics of the opportunity that we're offering.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Yeah. So in summary, what we are saying is, don't think of Vitruveo like a marketplace, because it is not. It is a blockchain, and you, as a creator who have consigned your artworks at an early stage here, if you get sales and you get Vitru, it is a golden opportunity. Do not throw it away, because it's a very rare and very limited opportunity. Hold on to that Vitru, or invest in the equity pool, or stake it. Getting rid of it is probably going to cause you immense FOMO later. You will have. Is there a FOMO like term for regret? You'll have that a lot later. Because we have
regret.
very big plans, and I highly recommend that you treat the Vitru you receive from sales right now very carefully as a long-term investment. It is not intended to be, and I make this very clear, the Vitru you earn right now is not intended to be for flipping, for getting your rent paid, or anything like that. For that, you should do other things. We are early stage right now. We are focused more on long-term creator income. It's a journey. It's going to take some time. We are not a light switch. You flip it and it's going to do it, right? So, all right, with that out of the way, let's get to the business at hand, which is our buying blitz, which everyone is excited about. So what I did was I requested Pam and Mike to create those curated stacks. So Pam, Mike, who should go first? You tell me.
Ladies first.
All right, so we're going to go with Pam first. So Pam published this X post here. She used the built-in feature to publish it, and what it does is it generated a beautiful video here. So what we're going to do is we're going to first play that video. All right, so let's start at the beginning. Sorry, let's do that. Fantastic. I don't know if that's shared properly on the screen.
It did.
It did. Okay, great. All right. So now that we have that, what I can do is click on this link here, and it should take me straight to search. And this is the cool feature. So guys, what you're seeing here is a demo of how marketing is going to work here. You can have anyone come here, a curator or anyone come and publish a stack, post about it on any social media. I just use Twitter as an example, but it could be Instagram, etc. And that link that's generated, when you come back with it, guess what? You got searched with exactly that set. And although it's not there right now, we are going to include a feature, and the Brazil team has not heard this yet, so this is the first time they're going to hear it, but you can buy them all with one click, right? Oh. So that is going to be amazing. So you don't even have to go to individual ones. But for right now, for today, I do have to go to individual ones and buy them. So Pam, now that we are looking at your curation, do talk a little bit about a few of them, or would you prefer I go individually into them and then we can talk about them individually? Uh, I, there's what 16 for you and 16 for Mike, so I don't want to be here. It
Yeah.
could be a few hours, so maybe it's better for you to just talk high level, and then I'll just go through and start buying them.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I kind of discussed like my strategy here at the top of the stream, but
Yeah.
as far as like thinking about what I've seen in your collection, Nick, and just pieces that just really stood out to me, pieces that I was introduced to just by using the curation function and moving filters around a little bit. I like things that I haven't seen before. That's like that really appeals to me. Like when I see the same thing over and over again, I'm just like, oh, it's another one of those. So I feel like all of these pieces are what I would consider, you know, they might be similar to what an artist has done in the past, like with their body of work, like Mike did. I went in and looked at each artist and it's like, oh, I see, this is like their jam. This is what they like to do. And, you know, I'm someone who like has a lot of variety in my photography, but I think when you look at it all together, you go, yeah, that's from that same artist. So I did that with each one of these artists. I really appreciate the skill and you can tell I love a lot of color. I love things that feel very dynamic and full of energy, full of emotion, I like whimsy too. I found some pieces that were just delightful, and just really ran the gambit of emotion for me. So that's kind of the high level. Yeah, I hope that you appreciate the selection. It was really fun to go shopping for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are great choices. I want to make a couple of points here. I am a value collector, and what I mean by that is I know I could go and collect pieces for thousands of dollars, etc. But my philosophy, my mantra has always been to spread the love, to get as many artist sales as possible. That's how I have approximately a little over 8,000 artworks on Ethereum and Object. I typically keep the price point somewhere around 300 to 500 there. And there are occasional pieces which I collect for more, but in the spirit of spread the love, I go for the mid price range, which I think is typical of Web3 artists who have been on the journey maybe for a couple of years, maybe for 5 years. But I clearly, when I see an artist who's got I don't know 20 years of experience and they have an incredible piece there, I will happily pay more for it. And I appreciate you being mindful of the budget. One thing I do want to point out is you saw the experience here. You saw that how I went from a Twitter post to this search here. Anyone can do that. This is not a special feature that only Pam or Mike can do. Anyone can do that just by clicking this curate stack. And we haven't enabled it yet, but by next week we'll enable it, where you can specify a percentage markup. And when you, as a curator, again, we don't want artists to do the marketing. This is more targeted towards curators. When you curate a stack like this and you publish it somewhere, maybe on your blog, on your social media, and someone clicks through and buys one or more of the artworks, you make money. We have the default set at 10% initially, so you'll make 10%, but later on we'll give you the flexibility to change that to whatever percentage you want. And that is on top of what the artist charges. On Vitruveo, 100% of our model is based on giving the artist exactly what they have consigned their work for. All fees are paid by the buyer. It's always on top. So with that said, let's get going and start collecting some artworks. So I'll start with this one here. This is Silky Way art. This is great. Here we go. Is my wallet locked and loaded? Yes, it is. Let's go buy. And here we go. I guess I can do a bunch of these at once. This is gonna be fun. So, hey, that's Kafil, a good friend. Here we go. Let's buy another one. I enjoyed this. This is. By the way, is this done? Yep, there we go. That's done.
Wow.
Nice. this is gonna be fun. Okay, I hope I don't miss any. So you'll tell me if I miss any.
Yeah.
But, we're gonna go quickly through these. If you see anything that catches your eye that you'd like to comment on, please stop me. But these are all gorgeous, gorgeous artworks, and I'm very happy to have them in my collection. So Blitz is what we are doing here. I am going very fast, and I'm loving it. Oh wow, this pink, the pink hair, wonderful. Yeah. So here we go.
When I
Let's
was
see.
in India, I got to see the Indian hare. So I thought it's not
Yeah.
just a bunny; it's a hare. It's a different animal. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we've done one row already. Here we go.
One
Blitz
row.
is on the buying blitz. So now what
I just
happens
love
here?
this piece too. I actually saw this artist actually uploaded a behind the scenes video, which when you have time to go look at it, you
Yeah,
can
there it
check it
is.
out. But it showed how this was all put together, and I really enjoyed the process and the thinking. You could see someone thinking as they were like positioning and all of that. So
Yeah, that is a cool feature of
fun to watch.
Vitruveo is you creators can upload the BTS video images, etc. And yeah, uh, I'm sorry guys, I'm having all the fun here. So
That's okay. This piece I just
I did
love
notice that.
the light. Yeah. Go ahead,
sorry, Mike.
No, I noticed that Pam and I both picked one together.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
we have a common like. So
okay, we'll have to figure out which one that is.
yeah, I know which one it is, but
this
it's a really
portrait,
cool image.
I love this portrait, and this artist did some other portrait paintings too, and I just thought really, really well done. It just caught me. Is
this a ballpoint
colors.
artist? I believe. Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
G Giant says when Nick says the blitz is on, I hear the ballroom blitz sweet in my head. Yes.
It's ballroom blitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Mike, if you want to take a stab at looking at some of the comments, feel free to pin them up as I go through the blitz here.
Sure.
Let's see. Traveling houses.
This one is so fun. They basically like are imagining teapots as moving home. So you've got wheels on the bottom of teapots, and you've got people living inside of them. I just thought this just brought me back to like a children's book of like The Borrowers or One of the Littles or whatever those. It just was so imaginative. And there's different. Yeah, there's some of them are pots, some of them are pressure cookers, and yeah.
That is wild.
Creative.
That is really wild.
I love the variety and the whimsy.
Yep. Now, a couple of things that I should point out while we're doing this is artists never pay anything on Vitruveo. So when you consign your artwork, you pay zero. There's no gas fees or anything like that. And here, the buyer also is not paying any gas fees or anything like that. The transaction is all done on the server side. So we are picking that up also. So those are some cool things. Anyway, gas fees are negligible on Vitruveo anyway. So, all right, let's look at Josh's artwork here.
Yeah, this one was fun because it combined a spaceship and very traditional things, and then a spaceship. So imagine, I don't know who's asking who for directions, but yeah, it was a very imaginative scene.
That is cool. But by the way, guys, if there's a lag here, it is thanks to the Marriott Wi-Fi here. It's not exactly the best, so I'm doing the best I can.
Vivek says that he was right there with Arun when he photographed the woman at the camel fair. That's cool.
Nice.
I love all those camels. I want to go to Pushkar sometime and photograph those camels.
Yeah. This one captured my eye right away from your curation, Pam. I love it. I
love Ada's work. And this one was in your price range, so I grabbed it fast. But it reminded me, like I went to NFT NYC. I didn't make it to Paris this time, but it just I spent a lot of time on the trains when I was in New York City, and I feel like I know this person.
Yeah, this is really great. I love the look and the colors. wow, they're just
Yeah.
it feels like a dystopian sci-fi film kind of.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah. And it's got
Yeah,
those leading
yeah,
lines that Mike was talking about. You know, it's got a lot of focus. It's just, yeah, really great composition. I love this one too. It just the pop of color in the middle of all that, and even if it wasn't the Vitru range, I still appreciated this the fine lines and just how it was a dynamic piece. I think like you could look at it for a long time.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's wondering, what these different things are, basically original is the original artwork in whatever aspect ratio, etc. Preview is a low res version of the artwork as a square, which we use to display in search, in wallets, etc. And so it's designed to just load very fast. Exhibition is a special resolution. It's basically 3000 by 2000, and we did this because in exhibitions you want to have a little banner. If it's vertical, it'll be at the bottom, and if it's horizontal, it'll be on the right side, where you have information about the artwork and you have a QR code for someone to buy at a physical exhibition. Display is basically 4K, standard 4K display in homes. This is for our streaming product that is coming up. So we want to make sure that every artwork here is a candidate for streaming and to be able to display it at hotels, airports, living rooms, wherever. And yes, we do also support BTS artwork. So if you have BTS videos, etc., those would also be displayed here. And coming very soon, is a cool feature where the buyer will be able to view your artwork in a variety of contexts, like a bedroom or lobby, just in a gallery also. So we'll have the mockup capability, and we will automatically put what's essentially called parallax, so angle the image, etc., so it looks beautiful, and we'll do that in real time. So you will have a set more of thumbnails here, and the buyer can click on them and see the artwork, visualize the artwork in different contexts. So that is a feature that's coming up. Did I buy this one already? No, probably not, because it still says buy artwork. Okay, so here, that's the problem with talking too much while you're on a buying blitz, is you forget if you picked it up or not. All right, here we go.
I love this work too. Yeah, it just the combination of what I perceived was like these different batik fabrics on this figure was just so beautiful. I thought it really brought out a beautiful aspect of this culture. And yeah, I love this sort of collage look to it. So
yeah,
yeah,
love it. Let's go buy this. And I'm going to close out some of these other ones here. So I have too many tabs, but it's great to see all the confetti.
I see the one that Mike and I both chose.
Congratulations on your confetti.
Yes.
Boom. All right. So I think I bought this one already. Did I? Now, see, I need to pay more attention. I did. Okay,
licensed,
done.
Yes.
So let's actually take a peek here. So recently we did some enhancements to Scope. So the Suite NFTs load very quickly. So I think I have to... one thing I want to talk to the developers is about the sort order here. It's not updated yet. Oh, there, it is updated. There's some of them there.
Some of them are, and they're mixed in, yeah.
Yeah, I need to figure out what is going on there, because I expected the newest ones to be at the very beginning. So that's something we'll have a conversation with, guys, if you're listening. All right, so going back here, we got this done. All right, last row coming up. Oh, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love motion blur. I love motion blur. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's my naive non-creator interpretation of it.
I think that'll fit.
What it's called.
Yeah, and this artist, I did a sort of introduce yourself to me post over on X, and this was one that Amina shared with me, and I just was blown away by the elegance and the color, the expression, the motion blur, and she told me it was actually inspired by, I believe it was a piece by Matisse. I'm trying to remember which impressionist it was. I believe it was Matisse, but so she had studied, traditional, very, fine art, and then interpreted that through her use of photography. So it It was a
Mhm.
gorgeous piece. I wanted you to have it because I wanted it. But
Love
you
it.
have it now.
So right now, let's take a look at this here. It says fees 3. That's 2%. So that's platform 2% fee. And what you're going to see next week is you're going to see if this came by a curator stack, a curator fee there of 10% that's added on. So I would pay a higher price for it, but that's the nature of the world. But this is the part that you need to understand. That 2%, guess where it goes? It goes right into the revenue share. And if you are holding Vibe, it doesn't matter that it was not your artwork that sold. You made money. This is the beauty of the Vitruveo Vibe token. Anyone sells their artwork, you make money. All right. So let's go collect this one. Bam. I feel like I need to have some music here, live music going on while I do this.
I don't know how to do that. This.
Oh, this here. Wow.
The wrong person to ask.
Wow, I like
this. This is a beautiful piece too. Yeah. And again, yeah, I took the magnifying glass like you did and just like was really appreciating this like high resolution, beautiful detail, really beautifully done. And I believe this was a full AI generated piece. And when you check the taxonomy, you'll be able to see the form or the method that was used, I believe. Yeah. Oh, partial AI. Okay. Partial. Mm-hmm. So that means the artist probably did some enhancements to it in addition to that.
Yeah, the metadata is so important. We are putting it on chain. We do automatic color analysis. We will eventually start using AI to help you because artists are not always comfortable writing good descriptions and all that. But we want to make sure that your product, your artwork is as marketable as possible to audiences that are not familiar with it. And that means telling a story. You know, the best way to sell anything is to tell a story. And here you have to tell a story in 2 or 3 lines, you know, and make it interesting. So we'll help you do that. The metadata has been sort of a pet feature of mine. It's really important for discovery, and we haven't even done 1% of the potential of what it's going to be able to do in terms of feeding it to search engines. So all these artworks will be visible directly in Google, directly in Bing, etc. Very, very soon, because we are creating automatic feeds for them. So really, really exciting things coming, folks. Now, it says here, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Vitruveo, consigned to Vault on that date, and there's an address. So here's what happens. Every artist on Vitruveo has their own smart contract. We call it a vault. And that is where every artwork you create, when it is purchased, it's minted. So Vitruveo, there is no minting done by artists ever. Artists just don't have to mint because it's buyers who mint when they pay for it. So when that happens, the buyer puts money into your vault, and in exchange, your vault mints the artwork. So the provenance of all your artworks is going to be one smart contract. It doesn't matter how many collections you have. It doesn't matter what variations you do, whether it's artwork in the future, music, movies, whatever. It's all going to come from your vault. And we are in the process of adding what's called multi-sig to your vault, which means that you will need multiple signatures from your wallet. So you have 2 wallets or 3 wallets you have to sign in order to withdraw money. This ensures that it is impossible to hack and steal your money. So we want to be very protective of creators, and we protect your intellectual property rights with licensing. As you can see, there's a clear license type here. As a buyer, I am not in the dark. I know what I can do and what I cannot do. That's really, really important. And in addition, with the vault feature, we protect your money also. We want to make sure that no one can just come and grab your money. So excited about all these features. One of the things that is a challenge for us is to educate artists about all the things we are changing, because we basically said, let's start with first principles. Let's look at what all is wrong with the marketplaces and with Web3 art in general. And we decided that most of the model was wrong. And so we threw it out the window and we said, let's start with the basics. How should we build something that is 100% creator friendly and also makes it appealing for art appreciators to spend their money on? And That's where we are headed with Vitruveo, folks. So there's a ton of innovative features. You need to spend some time looking at it, and not think about Vitruveo as a marketplace, because if you do, you'll come away with the wrong conclusion. We are a blockchain for creators, community led, really exciting. All right, look at this cool one here.
Mm-hmm. One thing I wanted to add on to what you're saying, Nick, for people who are like getting the subtleties of what you're saying, is it's really important to use all those tools that you have when you're consigning your work, like using the tags, putting, I mean, I know you're allowed like 10 tags, you're allowed 10 different keywords to talk about the subject matter. And on some of the art that I was picking out for you, I was like, oh, there was like, I found it because I was looking for certain things, but the art can be so much more discoverable if you add all those tags in, you add all of those keywords in, you do write the description, you know, give it a good title, all of that. I think that those really are going to help, because it's all the metadata that the search engines will hopefully be picking up.
Absolutely. I like to think about it in terms of investment of time. Like right now, if you go to another marketplace and you mint your artwork, maybe it took you 5 minutes or whatever, but guess what? After that, you spend days, weeks, months, attending spaces, promoting that artwork in your GM tweet, this, that, etc. You spend so much time. You literally, if you add it all up, you spend hours. I think more than 80% of your time for an artwork is spent trying to marketing it. All we are saying is don't do that. We are saying is when you consign your artwork, spend 20 to 30 high quality minutes describing your artwork, making sure it's all the right sizes are there, etc. Do not speed through that process. Don't just put some little title and 1 or 2 words description, etc. You will be doing yourself a disfavor, because what will happen is as we enable some of these tools for discovery, etc., your artwork is not going to be found. It's going to be at the bottom of the pile. Take the time to do a really good consignment, whether it's 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, do it, and that's it. We don't expect you to do anything after that. No marketing, no sales, no shilling, no spaces, no tweets. If you want to, you're fine, you can do that. But we're going to take care of the marketing for you, and we are building that. You've seen how the early published stacks work. You could see the vision there. We're going to have many different visualizations like that. We're going to have many different channels. We're going to build a mechanism by which anyone can come and create their own marketplace in 5 minutes. So we expect to have thousands of marketplaces on Vitruveo. So the marketing is something we are thinking about. We're going to implement. You don't have to think about it. You should focus on creating your artwork and consignment. That consignment, the amount of time you spend there, it's going to be really important long term, because remember, we are not just talking about one NFT sale. We are talking about having your artwork and basically enabled and available for curators, for streaming, for printing, for consumer products, etc. So the better your description, the more detailed your metadata, the better your chances of having more income from that artwork for your whole life. So take that hour very seriously, invest the time to make a good description, a good title, good metadata. I promise you, you will not regret it. You will make money. Think of each minute there as lots and lots of money over time. So don't rush that. I cannot emphasize how important metadata is, and it will pay big dividends for you. All right, that's that. Let's see, and then
Got one more.
Yeah, one last
beautiful
one from
portrait by Arun. I've been a fan of Arun's work for a really long time, but when I saw this one come through, I'm like, wow, this is in your price range even, so we could get it. He's got some very beautiful photography.
I love it. So this is at the Pushkar Fair. I've never been there, but it's pretty cool. Love the intricate jewelry and the color. I love it. Beautiful. All right, let's get that one. Boom. Here we go. Done. Very good. All right, I'm gonna take a quick peek at scope again and see if it's updated. So that's one thing that we are going to work on fixing. The scope is a little broken right now. It doesn't show all the artworks correctly. I see them starting to appear now, but it doesn't show them in the correct order that I'm purchasing them. So we'll work on fixing that. We'll get that fixed ASAP. So what we'll do is we'll make it where when you go, you see your newest artworks purchased first, and then you don't have to look around for them. But you can see that they're starting to appear here in my collection. So I'm appreciative of that. So thank you, Pam. That was amazing. Congrats to all the, what was it, 16 artists? Yeah, 16 artists. And thanks for using the the curate stack feature, the video. I think the video is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. That was one of the first things we released because I feel like video is a big part of social media these days. And from some of Elon Musk's tweet, it is clear that if you post video, you are your post is gonna get significantly more traction. So this was a model by which a third party, in this case Pam, a curator, published something. I would have seen it on let's see, where is it? Yeah, I would have seen it on where did it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I missed. Okay, I would have seen it on here. I would have played the video. I would have clicked on it, and I would have come to buy it, and boom. Now you can do this. You can create a video of your own artworks instantly. It takes like less than 2 minutes for you to do this, and use it if you want. Whether again, we don't expect you to do any marketing, but if you want to show off your artwork, why not? Right? You can use the video for that, and use that. You can download it and use it in different contexts, etc. There are no restrictions on it. Use it to promote your artwork and to promote yourself, whether it is when you're submitting for an exhibition or something like that. It's a great tool for you who, if you're not particularly skilled with video tools or whatever, we automate that creation for you. And this is just the beginning. We've got a limited set of templates and audio, but we'll put many more in there. So again, thank you, Pam. That was amazing. And let's wrap up this set of store links, and then let's go on to Mike's post here. All right. So Mike says, check out my curated stack on Vitruveo. So Mike used a feature called a grid. So this is where you can create a grid of 4 to 16 artworks. And same way, you click on that grid and it brings you to the results here. And I see the common one there. That's the Garden of Eden one. Okay.
I missed it.
All right. So Mike, let's talk about your selection. And should we just do it as I go through each one? So yeah, let's do that actually.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's start off with the Celestial Majesty. What do you have to say?
So I love the mosaic. Mosaics are always kind of an interesting piece because you always kind of want to know what's the aggregate, of all the different images. Are they just random, or is it a mosaic of similar themed images that create the bigger image? So I'm always interested in that. I think it's just a really cool piece, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to appreciate Vivida, the artist here. She's been a real advocate for Vitruveo. I see her posts all the time, reposting some of mine, etc. So thank you for that, Vivida. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate your unique approach to art. This one apparently consists of 1,008 individual photographs. There is a BTS video here, so I'd like to take a quick peek at it and see how that works. So I don't know if my hotel Wi-Fi is going to be good enough for it, but let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, so it comes
cool.
together
Wow.
like that. Nice.
So cool.
So basically what she has to do is imagine what the color depth and the texture is needed for each of these to put it together. Wow. It's amazing. Love it. All right, time to buy it.
I love that work too. It's mosaics are just, you can spend so much time just appreciating each little pixel of it.
Yeah, I think I messed up there. I clicked, but I hope I bought it. I think I did. I already
It says
initiated it.
sold.
Yep.
I think it says sold.
No, actually, I didn't. I didn't sign it yet, so it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, good. Here we go. Yeah, this is where my hotel Wi-Fi is lagging a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get it done. Okay, that was that. It is on its way to being. Hello. There we go. Minted. Done. All right, let's look at this one. So before we go on there, I want to point out one cool feature. So when we were designing this earlier on, you've seen this red dot here. So those of you who haven't participated in exhibitions are probably wondering what that's about. Well, this is a convention in most exhibitions, in most IRL exhibitions, they put a little red sticker on the artwork to indicate it's sold. And we thought, hey, why not bring that to digital? And so that's why you see that here. So if I refresh this at this point, you'll see that artwork went away, and these are the artworks I've been buying, and here they are with all their red dots. So the red dot is unique to Vitruveo in terms of bringing what happens in the real world to the digital world, and we are excited about this feature. And thanks to Doc Martin, who suggested that. It's a great feature. I love it, and this is something that artists can aspire for. Get that red dot, all right, Mike, let's continue. Laura Tovar. All right, what do you have to say about this one?
So I really like this artist. I really like the combination of the abstract art and photo art, and combining those elements and then randoming it up a little bit. I think the use of color is really interesting. I think it's your eye wanders around the piece, trying to understand, the piece. And I just think it's very interesting, and it's unique. Kind of as Pam hinted to, earlier on when she was going through hers. You're going to see a lot of my work has to do with abstract surrealism. There is some photography in there as well, but those are just art pieces that I connect with. But I do like the thought put into this. I think it's very unique, and yeah, I think it's worthy of a purchase today.
Yeah, and I thank you for that, because I'm not very educated on abstract, etc. And so, looking at these pieces, etc., gives me some more knowledge and appreciation of these. I do like it. This in a very this might be a very naive comment, but this feels like sort of a Mondrian type artwork, with the lines and squares, etc. I know it's not exactly that, they use colors, but the integration of the photos, etc., is very, very cool. Here we go. As I said, naive. Yeah, see, this artist has taken the time to write up a nice nice description, and really done a fair bit of work on the metadata, and I really appreciate that. Wow, there's a lot of range of colors here.
Yeah.
Well done, Laura. This is great. So, and congratulations. All right, let's move on to the infinite corridor. Now, I love infinite sort of corridors like that. I take photos like this all the time. I was at Reagan National Airport in DC the other day, and I waited 10 minutes for the hallway to clear of people so I could take a photo like this. I'll post that at some point on my GM. But I love photos like this, because for me, they represent sort of going to the future, going to a distant, unknown journey. I'm sorry, I'm just talking about it, and you're the one who's supposed to be talking about it.
That's fine. No. So this is classic leading lines in photography and in art. You typically start. The thing that's disruptive about this image is the person walking. They're obviously staying out of the sunshine, which is kind of cool, because it draws you into the left side, but then your eye drifts to the center of the piece. You have leading lines, you have patterns, you have great contrast. It's a beautiful capture. And it tells a kind of a cool story, like who's this person, where is he going? So I find it cool.
So, Mike, you just gave me an education here. At Reagan National, I should have taken the photo while there was a person walking, because there was a person walking there. It would have been a better photo.
Hey, take multiple. The great thing about digital is it's free. You
Yeah.
can just keep snapping, and
Yeah.
and worst case scenario, you take it into Photoshop and remove different things that you don't want, and using generative AI, and it works really well.
Yeah. This is a great
Yeah.
infinite corridor. I like it. Love it.
In my photography, I use a lot of black and white. I love the relationship between contrast and shadows, or highlights and shadows, and not crushing the blacks, but leaving some detail in the shadows is great. Yeah, I think it's such a cool pick.
All right, let's look at this by Chima.
Yeah. So I really like this image because it's got a little bit of surrealism with abstract, and there's really good use of color, and there's a lot of really good balance in this image. You'll notice that in art, different colors will drive the eye. So this really massive red bar is actually balanced with, and red brings emotion. It's a strong emotion, where green is more of a calming color. And so you have these two contrasts of really strong color with a really calming color, and they balance each other out. It's a little heady, but I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I really like the composition. I like the balance. It's interesting, and it's a unique point of view. So I like it.
All right, I love it too.
Yeah, it's different.
I like colors. I'm drawn to colors. I love it. It's great. All right, let's get that one, and let's close out some of these here. That's done. Ooh, this is from an artist who I know, and I have already a lot of his work in my collection. It's amazing.
I'm obsessed with this image. I think it's just super, super cool. Again, we've got a little bit of those muted colors. It's very soft. It's very relaxing. You have this kind of duality of vibrant with darkness, and you're like, what's going on here? What is the artist trying to represent? What is the artist trying to communicate? And you ask questions. I think it's really interesting. A side note, typically with art, you want to go dark to light. So it does create an effect where the eye goes up. And in this case, I think it's just very, very cool. There's a little bit of symbolism, again, combining surrealism with natural world. So it kind of looks like an apple, but it's a circle, and so it's just interesting. And the use of color is very cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love the concentric lines. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and their artwork is very cool. Like when you see this, as Pam said on one of her other kind of assessments of the art, when you look at all of the artists' work and you put it on the wall, they should look like they belong together. They should look like they're in a family, a collection. And this artist, I think a lot of their work represents that really well.
My friend, Hader Jager. So here we go.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very, very like the other one. The other one I forgot to mention, but these two have similar. They're very marketable. These could be in a high-end hotel on the wall. They could be in a high-end home. It's very calming. The motion in this, you do tend to go along this journey to the center, which is very cool. It's a leading line. The color is very muted and toned down, which I really like. It's just a cool piece. I think it's really, I would put this in my house. I love it.
I like how it goes from fuzzy and abstract to more defined as it emerges from the center, right? And it's so well defined over here. But even within that, there is some fuzziness. So it's pretty interesting. I like it. And we'll get that one sold. Congratulations. And now on to chaos.
So this one's really interesting, and I had a chance to check out a few of his pieces. And the reason why I like this piece is of that red. It's, you have a leading line from you, your eye goes up and focuses on the red, and you're like, what is that doing there? Like, why is that there? That's really cool. You have the symmetry on the top, and then you have the asymmetry on the bottom, with the wavy lines, and then you've got the more structured on the top, and it's a leading line that goes up to the color pop. It's just a really well thought out and marketable image.
Yeah, really to me, this speaks of an abstract version of a Tom Cruise movie, because here's a parachute, whatever it is, and this is the city, and this is the mountains, and he's coming down, about to do some spy stuff. You know, this is so
cool. Wow, I didn't see all that, Nick.
No, look at the detail of the parachute. Coming down. That's so cool.
I saw this piece too, and I see a face looking down. You know, like
I see
the red
that
is
now.
the eye, if you have a nose, and there's something concerning because the mouth is open. Yeah, just I love that piece so much too, and good choice. I like that one.
Yeah,
all of them are good choices, but yeah, I think this is a pretty cool one.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right. So I chose this one because of there's symmetry, there's balance, there's great composition, and the use of color to communicate emotion is great. It's very dramatic. And I love getting into the artist's brain about what were they trying to communicate here, and what were they thinking about when they communicated this. And that's the beauty of artwork. It's the artist depositing their creativity, their motion, their thoughts onto a substrate, onto a piece of paper, onto a video, onto, whatever. And this one's very dramatic, and I like it. And I think we've all been there. I think that's I forget the title of it, Overload.
Overload. Yeah. I actually thought of the word overwhelmed even before I saw this description. That's kind of what I had in mind already. Yeah. So I get it.
That's right.
You feel it. You feel that right away.
You can connect with this piece and relate to it, which is great.
Oh, this is cool and animated.
Okay. So I chose this one for a very specific reason, is because I really do think that motion is going to be it's really untapped. I love the idea of shape-shifting. I love the idea of being able to tell a story with multiple images and blending them into one concept. I don't think we've really hit a critical mass on this type of art form, but it's very eye-catching. It's very commercial, and you could incorporate this with landscapes. You can incorporate this with abstract, with photography. There's so much that you can do with motion, and so that's why I specifically chose this, because it is unique. And I feel that this is the type of art where people will stop and really connect with it. And you can connect anything. You can connect motion, you can connect colors, you can storytell, like I said before. You can do a lot of different things. So I appreciated it.
Yeah, love it. I like animation also. I really like it.
Yeah.
All right. So we are halfway through your collection. Oh, I see some amazing pieces here. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wows. Wow.
So very Dali-esque. I really like, again, surrealism. I connect with it. I love the muted tones. I love the relationship between the highlight, shadows, and midtones in this. The brightest part of the image is the subject matter. So typically I know in photography, and I think it spills over into all different types of art, is your eye is either going to go to the brightest part of the image first, or it's going to go to the darkest part on the brightest section, right? That's typically the way the eye naturally gravitates to this. So the brightest part of this image is the subject, and then it spills out. And I think it's a really cool piece. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I love that. You know?
Yeah.
He's really cool.
Extraterrestrial
travel.
Yeah. Now this
I almost saw like a Puritan or something, but I think it was really cool.
Yeah. Now this artist didn't invest too much time on the metadata. So as you can see, you know, it leaves buyers puzzled about what is going on here, and it really potentially impacts your sales. So please be mindful of that and add the a decent amount of metadata. All right, I do love this piece. It's great. Here we go. Sign. Boom. Done. All right. Next one.
Yeah.
Wow, a collage.
I remember this one. Okay. So this gives me Bansky vibes. Maybe because of the billboard in the back, or the bill. I forget what they're called, but I think it's really cool. I like the color that it's toned down a bit. I think it's an interesting piece. I think it combines pop culture with historical, you know, figures. You really have to study the piece to understand what's going on. This artist has a very, very interesting point of view, and I really think that they're onto something. And I would love to see them really explode, because I think this is a piece that you could easily see in a gallery, and it's very, very cool.
I do like collages quite a bit, and I have quite a few in my this, because it brings me back actually to my childhood, where we would create these collages in school. We would just get some old magazines and just have to create art, and it, I I just feel like it takes a certain level of out of the box thinking to take random pieces of, you know, images, etc., and make it into a coherent thing, something that makes sense. So I really love it.
Yeah. Yeah, Gus makes a really great point. It's interesting how individuals can see an art piece in such a different way, and that's the beauty of art. It evokes emotion. It evokes different thoughts. What some people like, other people don't like. But I think that's such a true point, and that's what makes art so special and so unique.
Yeah. Now Rohan's in the audience, so let's not talk about his piece. I'm just kidding. Yes.
No. Let's not talk about Rohan.
No, Rohan is an amazing artist and a great supporter, and I love this artwork. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yes.
I really like the motion. I like the leading lines. There's a little bit of suspense going on here and a little bit of sinister, but it's offset by bright colors, which is really interesting. And I just think it's a very interesting, ethereal, but oddly scary piece. And I think it's just interesting the different ways he's playing with color and the subject matter. I think it's really interesting.
You know, on that piece too, I love the physicality. I love the physicality that it looks like a Polaroid. You know, because the corners look like a Polaroid, and I'm not sure how they achieved that.
Yeah.
Whether it was a transparent
He did this whole
background
collection on Polaroids. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Super
those.
Cool.
I think this is a really cool piece.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Polaroids. I actually got one of those printers, the camera printer things there, so we can print the mini Polaroids. You know, it's really fun, especially at like a party or event like that, where you just go handing out, people take it. And there is something, I think, still about holding tangible thing. I know we can do countless digital, but yeah, they get stuck in a folder somewhere and you never see it. But when you hold that Polaroid or whatever, it whisks you right back to that time, whether it's the texture, the feel, and sometimes even the smell of it. If it's really old, you know, the musty smell of it, it takes you back in time, which in a way that digital can never do. And this is amazing. Rohan, good work, man.
Yeah, I always tell clients that I shoot for that, and this might be a controversial statement, but it's only artwork when you can hold it.
Mm.
And when you can connect with one piece, because when I send the photos of an event to a client, there's maybe 1,600 events and they will scan through it very quickly. And the problem with that is you can't really connect with one image because you're just overwhelmed with so much work. That's why when you go to galleries, the walls are just white or they're completely charcoal gray. It's because you can zero in on one image and connect with it. And I think physical art is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, good work, Rohan. I think maybe, Rohan, we should collaborate on some kind of Polaroid project. So we'll talk about that. I love Polaroids, and I'm very interested in the intersection of Polaroid and digital. All right. I see this artist has invested a good amount of time in their description, and I'm
Yep.
grateful for that. I love it. Good palette, etc. Wow, this is an amazing work.
This is a very commercial piece. Again, it's you can see this in a gallery, you can see this in a hotel, you can see this very marketable. There's a really good use of balance and composition on this one. Combining the circles with the kind of square, geometric shapes is very cool. I think the colors are really interesting. It has kind of a metallic vibe. Just a great piece. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Here we go. Congrats.
Another
home.
cool thing about that piece is its calligraphy that has a message in it with the words too, about love or something like that. I remember seeing that. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that really beautiful, deeper meaning to those shapes is having to do with the words that it portrays.
Oh, beloved, hidden from my sight, to God I entrust thee. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is amazing. Very good. Very cool. All right.
Sounds like
Victor.
Rohan might have a Polaroid to send to you too, Nick,
Yay.
from the comments.
Yes.
He's like, I
We're-
have the original. He's very excited that you got that one.
Wow. Macro.
Yeah. So this is very Mapplethorpe. If you're familiar with his work, you got to be careful when you Google Mapplethorpe. But
Yeah, it's the controversial
it's-
one, right? Yeah. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
yeah, it's either very beautiful or very avant-garde phallic, raw porn. But this is his work on flower and lighting. He's a master at lighting, and he's a master at presenting florals, and so that's the first thing I thought of with this. I think it's a beautiful image, very marketable, very commercial, and blowing this up to like a 5 foot by 5 foot image, I think would just be stunning.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I love the color yellow, and I just like how the focus shifts from so clear to blurry on the exterior, on the outer edges.
Yeah.
It's really well executed. I
Yeah.
must take a moment here to point out that we just broke our record for a live stream ever. We now have 705 viewers.
Very cool.
So welcome everybody, and glad to have you. All right. And here is the holder.
Love this image. It's very interesting and it's very unique. You've got this spider web surrealism. You're trying to figure out what's going on. The lighting and gradation of light and use of light in this is beautiful. Your eye goes right to the object in the middle and then kind of transfers back up, and then you go back to the subject to try to understand what's going on. And I think it's just a really, really interesting art piece.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. I wonder, how was this created? There's no AI in here. It's just digital art, which means these fine lines here were hand drawn, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
really cool.
All right, Fizzola, congrats. Boom, there we go. All right, and hey, another Vivida. Oh no, those are already sold. They are appearing here. So you had two then that intersected, or did we buy that earlier?
No,
Yeah.
you bought the earlier. I think you bought the Garden of Eden from my curation and the Mosaic from Mike's. I'm not sure why it's showing up there sold, because all the
So
others are
many
sold.
red dots. So many red dots. This is amazing. All right. So thank you, Mike. That was amazing. I really enjoyed that and appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to all the artists as well. It was such a great experience going through and appreciating all the work that you guys have done. It's been really, really cool. And I hope we can do another one of these down the road.
Oh, we are not done yet because we haven't done the crazy Nick part yet because the
Yeah, Nick
artists are
wants to
used
buy
to
some.
me doing wild and crazy things on these. So we are about to do that. So let's look at what we got here. So here, let me just go into this one here real quick and see. We got 7790. All right, we are gonna go shopping. We're gonna go shopping. I'm gonna ask your advice also a little bit, but this is now Pam and Mike's selections, and now it's Nick's selection time, which may not be uh, I may not be able to have as much depth in terms of explaining what it is or whatever, but I want to have some fun. So let's go. All right. You know what? Let's just go with the one I selected here earlier. So what's this one here? Very simple. I love simple. I'm drawn like a I don't know, magnet. I love anything simple. This is blood circles. It's a bit dark, but it
really cool,
looks
though.
great. So here we go. Collect. So this is a blitz now. So I'm not going to spend too much time analyzing. I'm just going to look at something that catches my eye, and I'm going to go for it. All right. So here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I love Minas's work here. So let's go on this one here. This whole series has been amazing. He's taken real life photos and put the geometric sort of circles on them, etc. So let's get that
I
one.
love this artist. Yeah.
So congrats, Minas. We'll go with that one. And let's see. That's Dev. I like that. Let me go on. I might revisit, guys. All right. So right now, what I'm looking for is I like this one. Fine. It's the same artist, so I should not do that. I should probably give lots of different artists a chance. So we'll see.
Look at Gus's comment, Nick.
What is Nick? Look for Tom Cruise doing something else. Ooh, I like this one. This is beautiful. I love silhouettes.
There's Tom Cruise flying through the air.
There's Tom Cruise wearing a ballerina outfit flying through the air. So there we go. Done. All right. We got some casino stuff here. Got a I do like Japanese inspired one. This one, Sad Geisha number 5.
Super cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. This is a AI one, I presume. Yeah, fully AI one. It's really nice. I like it. All right, let's get going. The Blitz is on. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, that's a whole series there. I'll have to go back and take a second look at that. So one of the other features that I've requested is a checkbox here that is checked by default called Group by Collector. So as you can see right now, the artwork's all spread up. You're going to see them as stacks by collector. So you can click on it and boom, it goes to that whole collector's essentially
That's
all their
a great
work.
idea.
And it also makes it easier to discover more creators up front than having to scroll through, because not everyone has the patience, right, to scroll through like that necessarily. So that is a feature that is coming up, Group by Collectors. Yeah, you know what I should do? I should take advantage. So Karishma made a good suggestion here. Nick, do you want to try typing some keywords filters? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Since we are going crazy, Nick, anyway, let's do that. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll go and first select by by color. So let's go with. I like blues, so we'll go with blues. Let's go with that blues. And how does that work? Does that work? Is it
Yeah,
going
so
to do
if you
it?
click add color, Nick, if you
Oh
click
yeah, I have to
add
add.
color,
That's right. That's right. That's
yeah,
right. There we
you
go.
get it. And then
Ooh,
you can
boom.
add more too, if you wish.
Yeah, I like it. Wow, this is great. So, ooh, this is the one I'm gonna get. Behind the filter.
That's cool.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I like this. So we got a blue themed one. Bam. See if anything else catches my eye. I like this one. Interesting. Glitch art. Yeah, I like glitch art. It's cool. Nice. We will get that. All right. Congratulations.
I love that one, the Dreamer's Canvas on the right side, Nick.
Yeah, I like it too. It's cool. Shami.
Super cool.
Let's do it. You know, there used to be spaces I would attend where people would start talking about their artwork, and before they have finished, it's been collected. Oh, this one. I want this one. This is great. I love this piece. Wow. I like it. All right. We'll get that one. All right. Let's pick a different filter now. So we'll delete that. And now let's do some word searches. Well, of course, we'll search for dream. See what we get.
So I'm
Got a
seeing a
lot of
question about the AI box being checked in some of the comments. So I'm not sure if that's which
yeah.
option
That
of
basically
AI.
that basically means include AI artworks, and I unchecked it right now, and so there's no AI artworks. So I said dream, and so now these are all non-AI artworks. This one is awesome. Oh, look at that. That is amazing and creative.
And blue.
Oh, it's Genals. Hi. All right. So this is Jen. I had the pleasure of hanging out and having dinner with Jen. We had a group dinner in Bombay recently. I have to post about that here. But yeah, love this, and it is done, collected. Um, these artworks by Tanya are great. I don't know which one to pick. This one or this one. Which one should I pick, guys? Dancing Soul or Stage Dreams?
I like Dancing Soul.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Nice. All right. So now let's mix it up a bit. And oh, you know what? We should do some culture ones. Let's do, let's go with Persian culture. So all the Iranian artists, my good friends here. All right. Let's see what we got. What is this? This looks interesting. Queen of Utopia. Is this
It's beautiful.
created in Photoshop? Wow. Gorgeous. Love it. It has the feeling of an ancient masterpiece with the style of it.
Mhm.
It's got the Renaissance style.
Yeah, there we go. Renaissance. There we go. Yeah. It's good to have some
Very Ziba.
educated art critics on here to balance my naive comments. So, I like this one.
I think Ziba means beautiful in Farsi. Maybe
Which
somebody
one?
can correct me, but
I like this one, the Bridge of Royalty. Interesting.
And I just saw this piece, I believe it's this artist. They discussed about how they're using both photography and maybe some pencil drawing on it. I believe if this is the same one. So you can read a little bit more about it later.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Maybe one more from this set. Let me see something that captures. The thing is, there's no bad artworks, right? It's just kind of what captures my eye. That goldfish one was interesting. I might go back to it. Very abstract. Lots of red dots here.
Yeah, as you get to the higher numbered pages, then you're just going to end up with all of the sold pieces.
Yeah, they're also sold ones. All right, so we got to retract and go back. That's fine.
And there's also a drop down at under the curate stack button. There's a drop down if you wanted to scroll quickly to another page. I'm just letting people who are watching know how to.
No, you're also reminding me of that. Okay, so I think this is kind of interesting. I know, Mike, you like this kind of artwork for sure, right? It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right, I'll go for it. All right, so we've got culture selection done here. Let's do one more. Let's do Latin American. I like Latin American artworks. Oh, lots of photos here. Wow.
This artist, the Denny photo, he's a really, really cool street artist.
I can see that. I think I'm going to go for the bicycle. Bogota. Good work, Daniel. I'm going to close out some of these windows. I have so many tabs open. I like this one. Very interesting. Let's go. The buying blitz continues. This is interesting.
That's cool. That's one of those like really cool emotional shots.
Oh, wow. You have to see the full thing. Yeah, this is great.
Wow, that's cool.
Love it. Done. This is amazing. So I had committed to buying 5K, but I'll just have you know that we've already blown past that. So
I was being so careful with your budget, Nick. If I knew your blitz,
I appreciate that.
Okay, next time, look out.
I appreciate that. This is like the other one you had, Mike.
Yeah, like emotion.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna add this piece to complement that. Yeah. Bam. All right, so we got some of that done. Now let's go for mood. I like let's go for love. All right. Wow. Some interesting ones. There's a mosaic again from Vivita. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like this one. What do you guys think? Interesting, yeah?
That is interesting.
Yeah, what's going on there?
It's like a piggyback.
It's someone carrying. It's someone abstract carrying someone across the water, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the description?
This work is done with oil paint on a wooden panel, so not very descriptive. This is something we have to, and I saw Rohan's suggestion there about using AI to help, artists who don't have English as a first language. They are challenged a little bit, and we can certainly provide tools to help with. I'm a little bit worried about having AI in there to help, because it could completely give a wrong description, and the artist has no way of verifying it, so they would go along with it, and that could potentially hurt.
That's a great point.
So
why can't people use Google Translate?
Language. Yeah.
Google Translate does a mediocre job. I think what I would prefer is a community-led initiative where artists, like there are artists who help other artists, and English-speaking artists can help other artists and do it. So I think a community initiative would be much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nick, there's some questions about, do you have AI checked or not in the actual AI in the filters, not at the top, but are there any, whether, I don't know if you had intended to choose it or not.
I went through the AI part. I'm done with it. So now I unchecked it. Okay. I am the jury's still out in my mind on AI. So I do collect AI artworks, but not too many. I'm still not there yet, because I don't have a way to easily distinguish on whether it's fully AI or it's partial. And the other thing is, I don't have a way to distinguish whether it's just a solo prompt, or if the artist took time to finesse that prompt over time and create something. So all I have is the end result to go by. And so when I do check that AI, I'll go with the end result and then dig a little bit into it. But generally, I don't invest, and this is my shortcoming, I know. I don't invest a lot of time in, I'm a very much, hey, that looks great, click buy, and I'm done, So I don't have the time to research, and would love to, but don't have the time to do that. All right, so here's more of Rohan's Polaroids. So I think this one is worthy of a buy here. So we'll grab that one. I like it.
That's cool.
And we have selected love. The mood is love. Oh, look at this animation. I like it. Interesting.
That's a cool piece. That cat walks all the way across the bridge. It's really cool. I've been watching that one.
And there's a flamingo there. Yeah.
You're like, what's going on here?
Collected, done. All right. What other filters do you have? Anyone have any recommendations? Let's get. Let's go for some nudity here. This is actually messed up. Okay, I like Lady Red Horn's work. I've collected a lot of it. Let me go to page 1 to start off with and look at the more recent ones. My checkbox went away, so we'll say okay to that. And Brazil team, if you're watching, there's a bug here because I checked it and it says nudity yes and no. So now this is an AI type of situation. Is what do you mean? Do you want it or not? So there we go. I think that's okay. All right. So let's collect that one. That looks interesting. I like that one. Bye. Boom.
I love the title of that one too. It's called Summer. 2025. Yeah. It implies a story that happened as the artwork was getting created. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is interesting. Like it? Done. And whoa. This is amazing. What's this all about?
I love that piece too. I was looking at
Wow.
that just to try to figure out how it was created. It's very fascinating.
Very cool.
Very cool. No AI. Definitely worthy of collecting. Here we go. Boom. And we'll do another piece and then go on to a different topic. Oh, wow. Look at these here. Wow. These look like Da Vinci works to me from his notebook.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really cool.
We'll go with that one. Black Steve. Nice.
That's a very beautiful piece. Yeah.
Beautiful. Collected. All right. And then let's go get some photography going. All right. I don't know if there are any photographers on the panel here who can help me out with this, but I'll do my best.
I think it's a trick question.
Mike, if anything jumps out, or Pam also, just let me know.
Yeah.
Pam, you're primarily are you primarily landscape or?
I'm
portrait?
Street photography. Yeah, street photography, travel photography. Yeah, I don't do landscapes really to my liking. I need more practice, but yeah, I mean, I love light, so that happens.
I'm so silly. When you asked that question, Mike, I thought you were asking, do you primarily do horizontal photography or portrait?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do horizontals a lot. Yeah. But...
No. When landscape, the term landscape, I'm thinking so technically about it versus landscapes. Yeah. This is the one I love.
That's pretty funny.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So with this one, look how beautiful.
Do you shoot primes or zooms?
Myself, I typically have zooms in my bag at all times when I'm shooting street. Yeah. I'm considering changing my camera system, so I'm not buying any new lenses right now until I decide which camera system I'm going to go with. So it's a little bit of a.
We'll have to talk shop because I got some ideas on that.
Okay, cool. So this piece is really interesting. If you look at, it's a mirror. I mean, when you did, I've studied this piece a little bit. Look at her hair is in a ponytail, and one where she, we see this side, but in the mirror, she sees herself differently. She's touching the mirror. We don't see the other hand touching. So this really is a really interesting snapshot into duality of how someone perceives himself and how maybe we are perceiving them.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think it's going to be room for one more here. So someone said, please go with some physical arts too. So let's do that. Let's go for some physical art. And remove the filter. Okay. And I think we have only room for one more. What I mean by that is budget.
Have you even kept track of your budget?
No, I'm just looking at my balance. I loaded up here to wow. Now there's so many good choices here. This makes me I need to save for next week also. Make sure. Wow, there's some amazing pieces, but not all of these are physical. So I think some of them are misattributed potentially.
I think there was at least one physical art in the group that I curated. I think because I remember choosing that filter also.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some surrealism.
Wow.
How literal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this.
I do not have the credits necessary to get this one, but I will tag it for later. Abstract portrait of the great artist. Wow, this is great. So we have $260 left of credits here. So that's our budget.
You can set your budget sliders to find just that right amount if you
Oh,
want.
that's true. Yeah,
Or you can just keep going as you wish. And don't let me change what you.
No, you're extremely. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Dial it in.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Look at that one.
Yes.
I think that's the one.
That'll fit your budget.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I like Helen's work. She's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
This is graphite. It's so photorealistic.
Amazing.
It's graphite.
So cool.
The level of detail here it's incredible. And with the fees, I can just buy it. So perfect. And there our Blitz is complete. What a fun event here.
Congratulations to all the artists that had artwork bought today.
Yeah, there you go.
And then, as Nick was saying at the beginning, people can decide what they want to do with those coins that are in their wallets. So,
yes, wow, this is a great selection of artworks. I'm humbled, proud to have these in my collection, and wow. Thank you, artists. I really appreciate the faith you've placed in us as a platform. We are new. I like to say that, we're just a baby in this space, right? We're just now starting to walk a little bit, and it's gratifying to have this support, and it's gratifying to be positive and have this uplifting kind of experience at a time when the market is down and some of the marketplaces are not doing so well. So we wish everyone luck. We want everyone to succeed, but as a blockchain focused on creators, we'll do everything we can to make sure that we are constantly promoting your work and constantly thinking of ways to market your work. As you've seen, we are going completely out of the box. The published stacks is a unique innovation, and we've just seen two of them, video and grid. But the ones that are coming, website, PDF, other types of videos, etc., they're going to blow away. They will blow you away. We are creating some amazing marketing tools where we make marketing of art a first-class citizen, just like commercials almost. We want to target all the art appreciators of the world, and they are not going to find the artwork by looking at listings on a marketplace and page through them. That's not how it's going to be. We got to go to where they are on Instagram and other places, and that's what we're going to do. So anyway, thank you, Pam. Thank you, Mike. Any closing?
You're welcome.
I just want to say thanks to all the artists too. Yeah, 802. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's a big group. So Nick, do you think that we're going to be back here in this type of live stream weekly, or do you have a plan yet?
Well, I would do it daily, but I don't have the time for it. So let's call it weekly. I think Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. UTC is when we'll do this. And as I mentioned, I would like to, ahead of time, have picked 2 or 3 artists whose artworks we'll talk about when have them on the stream a little bit, because I do want to. I used to do this. I used to have the artists on here and it was great. It's great to chat with artists. So today, when we started off, we talked about more business things like long-term income. I would like to use that segment to talk to artists and about what their likes, their dislikes, their challenges, things like that, and really get some insights on them on what works and what doesn't work. We are constantly listening. We have, I'll put the banner up here for Dreamverse. This is where we're having the conversation. This is where the conversation is happening on Telegram, but we want to bring it here also because not everyone goes into Telegram, etc. So yeah, we'll do this weekly. And keep it going. I think it's fun.
Also, I want to encourage because we have such a large audience right now, I want to encourage all of you to join us tomorrow. Every Friday at 10 a.m., we give an investor update, and that really talks about the development of the blockchain, which Vitruveo is, a tier 1 blockchain. And the Vitru suite is obviously a part. It's one of our primary products on the blockchain. But if you're really interested in learning more about the investing component of Vitruveo and getting more into understanding Vibe, the staking options, how you can create multiple streams of income from your art with zero marketing, you want to join us tomorrow and every Friday. Mark it in your calendar at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what that is off the top of my head, Nick, on
5
UTC.
p.m.
But,
UTC. 5 p.m. UTC.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 5 p.m. UTC time. Please put it in your calendar every Friday to join us if you can, because that's where we give critical updates on what's going on within the ecosystem, what's going on with the blockchain, what's going on with all the various projects, and also creator updates. So we go through quite a bit. But to that, I just wanted to encourage everyone to come out tomorrow morning.
Yep. And if you're a new artist and you haven't yet consigned your work, it's as easy as going to studio.vitruveo.xyz. Just go there. There is no wait. There is no wait list. There's no limitations. Go there. The first time you consign, we moderate your artwork to just make sure that you haven't copied or anything like that. But after that, it's automated. So we thank you. We thank all the artists here. We are approaching 10,000 artworks on here. I have to get a count for how many artists that is. That is amazing. 10,000 artworks. We are coming up on that. And we are, a new platform, and we are just building things, listening to you as creators, and keep in mind our mission. Our mission is to make sure that you have a sustainable income. That's it. So I repeat this every time. We are not a company. We are a community project. So we are the only people we are beholden to is you, our individual investors, our individual creators. We listen to you and we build this. So join us on this journey. Thank you very much for taking the time here, all 817 of you. Appreciate it. And see you again tomorrow on our live, where we talk more about the business end of Vitruveo, and then next Thursday for another live buying blitz. So thanks. And with that, we'll end the stream. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.